Today we're doing a special video answering your questions about building and construction. And this is a video that's been requested time and time again. So we finally did a post. You guys asked a bunch of questions. We read them. We're gonna pick like the top 5 or 10 that we thought you might wanna know about building and construction and try to answer them for you.
Yo, we there yet?
How many times are you gonna do that?
I don't know. My legs are killing me already.
We're stopping here to answer the first question, and it turned out a lot of these that were asked over and over were about the business end of our company, which we don't talk as much about in our normal videos. If you've watched those, they're mainly about construction, like the actual building. So first question, and it's a big one, we'll try to answer it quickly enough, is how much do we charge per square foot?
Yep.
And how do we price a house?
Well, we use a cost plus pricing system. We actually switched from fixed pricing, which was actually really complicated. Eric generated this crazy spreadsheet to account for all of the components of the cost of a house. And it was getting complicated and very
stressful.
difficult. Yeah, difficult to predict the cost precisely ahead of time. So the cost plus kind of takes the stress off of everybody because it kind of just costs what it costs as we go. We do cost plus 20%. That's the like builder contractor fee. And it's been good because I think it's actually fair to everybody.
The client gets exactly what they're paying for.
Yeah.
Like it's our exact amount of labor hours, exact amount of material. They're not paying anything extra, and we're not giving any extra labor or material for free if they change something or if we misfigured. So the biggest risk to the fixed price is things taking way longer than you thought labor-wise. Like you're gonna lay a floor, I think it's gonna take 2 days, and it takes like 10 days. As the contractor, you're just eating that price and you're hating it. You don't even want to be there. And I think your quality could maybe even go down because you're like, I'm not getting paid to do this.
You'd be tempted to hurry up.
Yeah.
You might think that the contract between the builder and the homeowner is to protect the homeowner. Yeah. But actually, if you view it from our side, we need just as equal protection from all of our profits being consumed as the homeowner does for getting a reasonable deal.
Yes. And one more great thing about the cost plus version of doing these contracts is that the expectation of the homeowner goes from like way up here to normal expectations. Reasonable when they're paying for whatever they get. So we've had times where we did a coat of paint on some walls and the client was like, this looks terrible. I want 5 coats of paint. And we're like, ooh, we didn't really figure on that many coats of paint or like a level 5 finish. But if the homeowner is paying for it themselves, they might come in and look at this same paint and be like, this looks good enough if it's gonna cost me another 10 grand to make it look like fractionally better.
Yeah,
so
I think stress level on the builder side is way lower in cost plus.
I don't think we answered the per square foot cost price thing. In our area, it's running about $250 a square foot for like our average build.
Yes.
That doesn't include like $10,000 chandeliers or anything.
It's not an extravagant house in any way. It's I don't know.
Just a regular nice house.
Yeah, there you go.
That's just what it's costing if you did the reverse math. Let's keep hiking.
All right, let's go.
Got a question.
Yeah.
These people are okay paying cost plus, because technically cost plus can be costing way plus.
Yeah, way
plus. For them.
Yeah, they've been okay with it because they trust us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to trust your builder. If you think your builder's about to just try and rip you off and charge as much money as humanly possible, you can't hire them to do a cost plus job for you, because they'll hire the drywallers that are like, $50 a square foot instead of $1 a square foot. He's a builder. I know. Are you doing fixed price?
We do a lot of spec homes.
Spec homes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I would like to do spec homes at some point.
Well, yeah.
Because it costs what it costs to build, and then you sell it. You sell it for what you get for it, and then that's it. Oh shoot!
Wait, is this where the rope's at?
It's arrows that way.
The other issue with doing the cost plus is you have to keep very tight records and receipts of all the money you spend, or else you won't get that money back from the client. Jamie does that mainly now. I used to, but now that I'm making videos, that takes a lot of my time. Whereas if you did a fixed price, you could just not keep one single receipt. It costs what it costs. You're paying for it, and you're the one that's out if it costs way more than you thought it did.
That's right. I use a very low-tech method actually of keeping track of things. It's called pencil and paper. But anyway, it works great and it's very simple, and I have to share this information constantly with the homeowner so that they know how much we spent, how much did I make. That's another thing. In a fixed price situation, we never really had to share what we make as a builder. But in Cost Plus, they know exactly what you make all the time. So that's a little bit different. But I don't care, I guess.
We do try to square up monthly with our clients to make sure they've paid the materials, the labor, and our 20%. I think that's a good way for us to ensure we're not going to lose money or get too far in the hole.
Well, if things go south with you and your client mid-job, it's good if they don't owe you a lot of money, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And I think it's a great way to prevent that. And I would never want to walk away from a job in the middle, but if I'm paid up and they turn into real jerks and I don't want to deal with them anymore, I mean, I'd be okay with parting ways and moving on to someone that was a little nicer.
That's like 40 grit.
Second question is, do we ever turn down jobs based on location or any other reason? And the answer is definitely yes. Jamie can elaborate, maybe.
Well, in our area, there's a lot of mountains, right? So houses that have to be built on a really steep road is a problem logistically, and we try to avoid that because giant trucks carrying loads of heavy material, including concrete and lumber and trusses and shingles. There's real difficulties in getting materials to the job. We don't like that. Also, just as a crew, we have to go there every day. It's not fun if we run into problems like trees falling on the road and you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Bad cell phone service is a major problem for us as builders. Yeah. I mean, ordering materials, scheduling people to be there. So yeah, those are some factors that we consider. Also, just the distance. How far is it from where we live? We don't like to travel very far, not any more than 30 or 40 minutes. And I don't want all my crew to have to travel that far either.
It's a pain. So yes, definitely. And we've turned them down on account of the people just seeming really high strung and stressful. We have done that as well.
We do kind of run away from high maintenance looking clients.
And you can't always know that beforehand. We have done some at the end. We were like, wow, that was terrible. But you know, we try to get very nice, reasonable clients.
We're always learning, that's for sure.
We did have this thing, it was kind of a joke, but not really, where we did a jerk test with clients. Like, you tell them we're gonna do the job, but then like a day later you call and say, oh man, something else has come up, we're not gonna be able to do it. And just wait 5 seconds and see what comes out of their mouth. And if it's like, oh, wow, it's okay, I understand. Right, just kidding, we're gonna do your job. But if it's like, you son of a, you already told me, blah, 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 just going nuts on you, we're like,
had some of those.
Yeah, we're like, actually, yes, something else did come up. All right, who can do it without the rope is the question.
You can do it.
I'm starting to have my doubts about this hike here. Did you look back and see
I
where
know.
we came from? Holy moly.
We've got to get back up all this is the problem. We're all downhill so far.
Are we close?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Today's video is brought to you by Beam and their Dream Nighttime Blend for better sleep. So I feel very lucky that for the most part, I sleep really well. I've got a very physical job that wears me out and I get up really early in the morning. So by 9 or 10 at night, I'm usually pretty tired and can go to sleep. But there are certain times when I cannot sleep very well, like the day before or the night before I go on a vacation and you've got everything with the trip running through your mind. If I'm not feeling well, if I'm on a trip and not in my own bed. And I've really relied on the Beam Dream Powder to help me get great sleep even on those types of situations. Beam is clinically proven to help get a better night's sleep, and that's because it has ingredients that help you with all of the 4 stages of sleep, not just the falling asleep like some things help you with. If you fall asleep quick and then just wake up after that, it doesn't help you much. In fact, you can even be more restless, I've found, and actually go nuts being awake all night. So that's why I really like it. The Dream Blend is really easy to use as well. You just mix 1 scoop with hot or cold water, whatever you prefer. I use hot water, and then I just drink it like a cup of tea before bed, and that's pretty soothing as well. It's also available in a CBD or a non-CBD version, has very low calories, and I wake up not feeling groggy, completely refreshed. And it kind of goes without saying, but when I get good sleep, everything else in my life is better. Everything just goes smoother. It's really, really an important thing. If you're interested in trying Beam, scan the QR code on the screen or head to shopbeam.com/Perkins. That's down here on the screen as well as in the video description. I'd really recommend checking it out. Thank you, Beam, for sponsoring our video. Let's get back to work.
I got a question for you boys.
All right.
How'd they get that telephone pole or that power pole in there?
Oh wow.
James? Yo, smart guy, how'd they get that power pole in there?
They carried it up there on a mule or something.
Yeah, billy goats. Strapped a bunch of billy goats together, put that thing on it.
Next question was, how was Ray's beard so perfect? That was a real question.
Oh yeah.
And the answer is I have no idea. He just, beard oil.
Yeah, he really cares for his beard. He takes care of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
It might be genetics too, because I don't have a beard that good. I tried. We have to answer the next question while we're on the topic of personal hygiene. They asked, do I actually get my tools from the dentist? And in a lot
your
of
little pick tools.
Yeah, on a lot of the shots that we use, like a little dentist pick, I actually do get them from my dentist. And my dentist lives in a house that we built.
Oh, wow! Everybody get naked. Get it? Everybody get naked.
Ooh.
Another question that came across multiple times was younger folks saying, I want to be a builder. How do I become a builder or a contractor? So that's a bit of a complicated question depending on what it is you want to do exactly. But a couple things I could say, and then I'll let Jamie say what he wants to say. Number one is working for someone who knows what they're doing that will teach you how to do the construction end and the business end. That's really important too. That could be a really good way to go about it, or trade school, or business management even. There's a lot of business and construction together to be a builder. And if you're good at one and not good at the other, you're in trouble. If you're good at this one and not good at that one, also in trouble. The other thing I'd say is having a partner is great. Jamie does more of the business end now. I used to do that. And I do more of the just physical building and filming what we do.
Well, I think you got it all.
Ah,
Yeah.
if you want to know what we did, we worked for our dad starting from about age 10. He was a builder. And we just worked, and he taught us how to do everything and run the business and figure materials and just do everything for probably a good decade
I would say
or
so.
more before
Yes.
we felt comfortable taking a job on by ourselves. And probably for that whole decade, it wasn't real clear to me every time what was the next step until almost the whole decade was up. So it may be something that just can't happen instantly, that you feel comfortable and ready, because it's a huge task to be responsible for that much money and a long 6-month plus project. Lots of different things you got to take care of.
You got to be comfortable working for somebody for, I would say, an extended period of time before you can tackle it yourself. Definitely never overpromise what you're going to provide somebody. If anything, underpromise and overperform. And then you kind of turn out looking like a hero, even though you didn't do anything special.
That's right. And we really do that. We say no to so many jobs so that the jobs we do get or we say we're going to do, the people are happy with us. If we were to go and just take every job and say, yep, we'll do it, we'll get to you, eventually we'd have so many jobs lined up that we wouldn't get to them and people would start getting really ticked off and suing us or something, which happens all the time. These guys just said this is the worst one yet because your feet are wet.
It's super slick too.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Going for the Indiana Jones move on that one. Oh, great. Yeah, I don't think that was the way to do it.
Well, it looked like you were lifting weights with your crotch is all I gotta say.
It literally looks like it's peeing out of the wall.
God, did you feel that?
We're about 2 hours into this hike now, and I think we're getting close to the Colorado River. That's where we're headed. And Jason said he's going to jump in. It's 50 degrees.
100%.
You are.
100%.
We made it to the Colorado River.
Pretty cool. I watched a cool video about how they built the bridge there, actually.
He's going in. It must be colder than it looks because he can't even breathe.
I think I'm just gonna get in the hot springs. This seems stupid.
Wow, it's cold at the bottom.
Really?
Wow!
Final question before I jump in the hot springs up here. We're headed back up, but we just came down. Was about YouTube. How do we have time to build and also make these YouTube videos, edit them, create the thumbnail images, do all the other kind of sponsorship contract work that's involved with what we do on YouTube? And the answer is we've had to cut back on building a little bit. We don't go to the job sites on Friday, so I spend all day Friday at home editing videos. I also spend about 2 to 3 hours per day, 7 days a week, editing videos. And what we try to do is 2 videos per week, 20 to 25 minutes. I film about an hour of pretty tight cut raw footage per day, 4 days a week. And hopefully that'll give us 2 full videos per week so that we keep up. Film 2, release 2. And that's a pretty fast pace if you've checked out other YouTubers. A lot of them do 1 a week or every other week, and that's because it's a ton of work. If you're wondering a little more about the YouTube stuff, we also do have a marketing manager. It's a local person. Her name is Susanna, one of my wife's best friends, and she does a great job for us getting the video sponsors organized, putting them on the calendar, contracts, and also the other companies that we partner with, like Sashco, GRK, Huber. All those guys work with us. They pay us to help advertise their companies, so that's great for our business. And Susanna does a great job at making sure I don't have to go through hundreds of emails per day and vet all the people that email us and see who's who and what's what. That would literally take all of my time. I wouldn't be able to work at all otherwise. So thank you, Susanna. Thanks for watching our video today. Let's get in these hot springs. It's hot.
Your body's...
I know, I feel like a lobster. Oh, this is cooler. Yes.
Do we have to go to IBS?
Yes, we gotta go to IBS starting in the morning for 2 days.
Get a cooler and some groceries and pack the stuff down in here.
It's a long way up this thing.
Dude. This is crazy. This is crazy, man.
I know.